Today I'm checking out the Fireball 25 by Engl amps. I met the Engl guys last year in Germany, and then I bumped into them again at the NAMM show, and both times we were talking, I told them, I said, I love the Fireball 25 when I plugged into it. So they said, hey, would you like to give a fair and honest assessment of it? I'm like, well, given that I've already told you I like it, I guess you don't have anything to lose. However, I did something a little different. This Engl 25 has been here for over a month, and it's because I wanted to spend some time with it and see what I really thought of it. So the first thing I want to go over some of the features. Starting with the front of the amp, you have two channels that share a 3-band EQ. There is a mid boost that operates on both channels. There is also a presence control for both channels. It has two 6L6 power tubes giving you 25 watts, and you have 4 preamp tubes. On the back of the amp, that's where the features really take off. You have a built-in power soak that allows you to get all 25 watts of the power or switch to 5 watts, 1 watt, or speaker off if you want to use it for late night direct recording. It has an effects loop that is tube buffered, it has a built-in noise gate, has a line out, and it has the ability to plug in 2-foot switches that do not come with the amp that you can control the mid boost, the effects loop, or the channel switching. The other thing that's really important to note is that this amp sells for about $1,300 in the US, and it's made in Germany. I had the Fireball 100. I love that amp. The problem I had with it was the clean channel was good, didn't take pedals that well, and it wasn't very versatile. This is the exact opposite. This amp has everything I love about the Fireball 100, and then some other character that I can't explain unless I show you. So I'm going to show you. So I'm going to start the demonstration with this ESP EII guitar. It is tuned in drop C, and we're going to go ahead and just show you. This is the mean channel. This is the amp that gets as mean as it gets. And again, that noise gate is sick. Really nice. Okay, so we know Engl does high gain. We know that. So what I'm going to do is change guitars. The next guitar is going to be my Charvel DK24. This guitar is stock, other than it has a custom paint job. The other thing I should notice, I make note of, is I'm using a Klotz cable that has a breaker on it. That's why I can switch guitars. And now what I'm going to do, again, just show you how versatile the amp is. I'm going to stay in the gain channel. I'm going to hit the mid boost, turn the presence up, turn the treble and the mids up, run the gain halfway. So now here's the amp in that setting. So you can see just by changing the guitar in a couple of settings, the amp sounds a lot different. So now what I want to do is switch to my Fender American Standard Telecaster. This has some Lindy Fralin pickups in it. And I'm actually going to take you to the clean channel. I'm going to take the mid boost off, and I'll explain why in a second. I'm going to take the mids down to less than halfway. And I'm going to leave the treble a little past center. Leave the presence control, and now I'm going to take the gain to about 10, and then I'm going to click 2 clicks on the attenuator, and that's going to really take some of the roar out of the amp. Now what I'm trying to simulate is a Fender Bassman cranked. Now I want to show you now, I'm going to hit that mid boost. Back to that Fender. And we can clean right up. Okay, so now let's switch to a Gibson Les Paul. And now I want to show you how the amp can be more like a vintage 70s rock amp. And in this case, I'm going to turn the presence up a little bit even more, and I'm going to run the mids to center again. And I'm actually going to push the mids and the treble just past halfway. Again, gain still at 10. Go to the neck pickup and we'll turn the clean, the volume back. Now, even though I'm just on the clean channel of this amp, I think I have 2 channels. I have here a PRS Hollowbody II, and the reason is I thought this would really illustrate the clean channel, something we should experiment with. I'm going to go ahead and turn the mid boost off, turn the presence down, run the EQ flat, and I'm going to turn the gain on the clean to where it should go, and I'm not going to attenuate the amp. This guitar has a acoustic system in it. And if you want, you can hit that mid boost and you'll get more of a kind of fuller sound. Now you can tell, like a lot of amps, acoustic guitars are, and acoustic simulated electric guitars, electric guitar amps are very unforgiving. So the fact that you can pull off pull off the sound at all is impressive. Now what I want to do is go to the electric part of this guitar and show you the clean. I mean, it's very clean. If you want just a little bit of kick, so there you go. There's the Engl Fireball 25 and all the sounds that I found that work for me. Now I should point out, for the last 30 days, this has been my main amp. Even though I have a Dr. Z and a Friedman and a Mesa Boogie and a Fender that I play, I found that I just didn't feel the need to plug into those. I had every sound I could get from this. I can't say this does any of those sounds better than those amps. There's just definitely no way to say that. But what I can say was I'm very impressed by the amp. The only thing I could say is I wish it came with foot switches. On that note, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thank you for your time. Till the next time, know your gear.